Yeah, I want to talk to you about this coming week. Today's Sunday, the 9th, October 9th, 2011. It's almost 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time while I'm doing this video. And again, I read you that little piece off of Cliff High's website, halfpasthuman.com. He's the owner of the webbot, and basically said the data, which he'd actually said in his earlier interviews, actually the same time frame, is that sometime on or about the 15th of October should be some type of news event, financially speaking, that's going to kick off the collapse, I guess, or something to do with it anyways, that probably kick it off. And I noticed that the G20 is actually meeting on that weekend, this next Saturday and Sunday. That's when they meet. And what he was saying in his report that he released a few weeks ago, the Webbot report, was that there's going to be this weekend in the near future in which everybody and their mother is anticipating the market open on Monday to see what happens. More so than I guess any other time. So that's interesting that the G20 is going to get together on Saturday. What if the G20 gets together on Saturday and decides, listen, you guys, we did America, they did their bailout, we had China do their bailout, the European Union, all of them, we did the bailout, now you're telling us we need to do more bailouts? Guys, we're done doing bailouts, we need to think of something else. Excuse me. What if they say that? What do you suppose would happen Monday morning on the markets? Keeping in mind also that the old Legatus meeting is taking place from October 12th to the 23rd. So even if the 15th, Saturday, comes and goes, and Monday, well, markets aren't really, crashing like anyone's expecting or anything like that, keep in mind the Legatus meeting doesn't end until the 23rd, which is the next Sunday after that, and then that Monday morning, or that week at least, could be ripe for a major collapse. Since they seem to be tied around these key Legatus meeting pilgrimages, as they call it, taking place. Now, saying that is just starting. I wanted to start this video by saying that because, again, what if the market goes down? Anything that's a paper asset is going to probably go down with it. And as we all know, silver and gold are traded on the market as paper assets, even though there's a real thing that you can go pick up. The unique thing about gold and silver, they are considered commodities on the commodities market. So is oil, a barrel of oil. So is, bushels of corn, wheat, sugar, orange juice. A company, say whether it be a stockbroker, hedge fund manager, whatever, just, a commercial company that, commercial as in commercial investment group, or just an average old day trader, someone in their their laundry room with the made up rigged green screen behind them. In other words, just an average person. Are they ever going to demand delivery on a massive amount of oranges because they're playing the orange market, the futures contracts, whatever? Are they seriously going to demand delivery on those goods? No. How about a big giant thing of sugar? No. Bushels of, again, corn or wheat, big things of them, you can demand delivery? No, you're not. Oranges, orange juice, etc., coffee beans? No, it's not going to happen. How about gold and silver? Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, that's definitely something you could demand delivery on. And, as a matter of fact, people have been doing it for, almost since forever, since these markets have been in place. Not so much that, it really changed anything in the marketplace. So, that 1%, the other 99% just keep pushing the paper. That 1%'s always been out there demanding delivery in key months, such as silver, September. The next big month, I think, for silver is going to be December. Same with gold. I think October maybe it's November. I think with gold is. I know December is also good for gold, but I want to say it's either this month or next month that's decent for gold too, as far as demanding deliveries. So those are definitely items you could say, well, yeah, you could demand that, deliver it, I'll put it in my safe. But you're not going to do that to oranges and coffee, a big giant freaking, 500-pound thing of coffee beans or something, you know what I mean? How about a barrel of oil? What are you gonna do with unrefined oil? I'm assuming it's unrefined. It's a barrel of oil. That's how it sells. So they know you're never going to ask for these things. But the problem is they allowed gold and silver to be put on that exchange. And now more and more people are, even if they don't play the game, the paper game, they can go to a coin dealer, they can go to appmex.com, monex.com, gainesvillecoins.com, and a whole slew of other places. You can go to freaking Craigslist, local coin dealer. Every country has somewhere where you can buy these coins. Or bars or whatever. 1 ounce bars, 5 ounce bars, 10 ounce bars, 1 ounce coins, 5 ounce coins, 100 ounce coin, etc. Or 100 ounce bar, 10 ounce coins. All different flavors, right? Silver and gold. So even if they don't, if that 1% that plays the market keeps doing what they do, that doesn't matter because the average person is now understanding, I say the average person, let me back up. That's not necessarily true. Not yet. But there is a movement that are awakening people left and right, as you just witnessed when they pushed silver from 40 down to 30 now, the massive influx on coin buying, silver and gold. So, and again, 750,000 silver eagles, I guess it was, on October 1st or 2nd, like broke all one-day records, apparently. So, that's still flushing out the metal, whether it comes from the paper exchanges or not. There's still physical being taken out. But when you go to AppMex or wherever you go to buy it, how do they know what the price is? Well, what's the paper price of gold or silver today? Oh, silver's at $30.15. Okay, if you want a silver eagle, you're going to pay $3.99 over spot. If you want just some whatever 1 ounce round coin, it's $1.50 or $1.79 or whatever over spot. Okay, then you make that purchase. So what happens if the whole markets go way down and you're sitting here? Now, let me stop for a second. If you don't have any silver at all, and you're thinking, well, I want to wait for the big crash to take place, because if the big crash takes place, clearly it could definitely pull the price of silver and gold down, because those are paper instruments that, as far as the price set on them, or how the price is set on them, I might just wait for the big crash and then go all in. You're risking not being able to get any, possibly anyways. I can't say for sure. I don't want to risk that. Which is why I've been saying, just continue to buy always. Buy a little bit every week, buy a little bit every month, whatever your budget is, just keep buying. But, if you really want to be strategic, like me, I told you I had a goal set. Certain number of ounces I wanted. I met that goal, and then saw the price of silver. Hey, it's still not where I'm waiting for it to go, which is hundreds of dollars an ounce sometime in the near future. Wow, I already met my goal. It's still below 50. I'm going to go buy some more. I bought in the 40s. I bought at 35. Bought recently at 30. Like I said, I keep going. But remember what my strategy was. I put a lump sum on a credit card whenever the price is right. That way, if it takes me 6 months to pay off the card, it's okay because I was already locked in at that low price or whatever I felt was a good price to buy it, and then I'm locked in. So I've done that twice now, and it's actually paid off to where if I just had a monthly amount of, let's just say $1,000 a month I wanted to put into gold, silver. In 6 months, if I looked at what the price of silver was, how it moved in that 6 month period, I was better off buying it at this one price right now, lump sum, and then just make the payments to the credit card company. In other words, like $1,000 a month to the credit card company over 6 months. Boom, I'm done. In other words, like $6,000 worth of silver. Just in this example, I'm using this number, by the way. So I met a second goal, and here I am today. Bought a little bit here, bought a little bit more there recently, and now that I actually have, I think, one more final payment on that credit card to where it's, basically I'm debt free. Now, just because I have 1 month left doesn't mean I can't quickly go put, let's say another $5,000 on it. If this credit card's got $6K on it and I owe $1K on it now, that leaves a balance on that credit card of $5K. Don't think for 1 second. Now that my second goal has been reached, and I've been buying a few little coins here and there lately, just with cash at the coin dealer, that kind of thing. But not like a big purchase, 1 or 2 coins a week, that kind of thing. But if the market does go way down, and again, it could be, as a web bot saying, hold on to your hats, it looks like it's about to take place. It's going to be because of the derivatives. That's where this whole stinking mess comes from, by the way. And I'm going to stop this video when I'm done talking to you for a second and do a whole nother set of videos, or video, on some recent news, what happened in Europe, that bank Dexia. It's going to be, what they do in socialist countries, where they go ahead and privatize the bank, basically, with the government. And anyways, we all know where that's going to lead. But it doesn't really belong in this video, so I'm going to do another one. But if the markets go way down, there's a very good chance it could push gold and silver down too. But at the same time, there's also a chance that everyone recognizes there's nothing safe to put our money in. As the market's tanking, they want to pull out and put it into something. We'll put it into gold and silver, futures contracts, options contracts, whatever. And then thus create a new bubble. Not even a new bubble, the bubble, I should say, for gold and silver. So we may be holding on to our hats. Oh, market's crashing. I'm on standby. I'm on ATMEX right now, ready to push, where the market's at. Get ready to hit the buy button. And then all of a sudden it just goes way up, or whatever. People, a credible thing happens, and people run into the silver and gold markets, and the prices go up. Well, in my case, because I've met my goal twice, my first goal, then my second goal, it doesn't matter. I can sit back and say, well, all right, I'm not going to get in it now. I'm done. But if it goes down, $15, $10, could you imagine if silver got down to $10 again? When it was $10 the first time at the end of 08 and early 09, that's when I jumped in urgently. Got a little hefty purchase at that time, by the way. And I told everyone then, this is probably basically a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Who wants in? One person said they wanted in, my buddy at work. We went in, we split an order, and handled business. Of course, now looking back, man, I wish that happened again. Man, if that happens, let me know. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll do that. But you missed it. Could it happen again? Could the massive market crash bring silver down to that level? And if it did, are the dealers out there, coin dealers down the street, ATMEX, the bigger guys, are they going to be willing to say, hey, we know the price is $10 an ounce today. You can have one of these Eagles for $4 or even $5 over spot, so you can pay $15. Are they willing to do that? Do you think they'll do that? Maybe. The answer is maybe. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. They may say, we've had enough of this. We know this is worth more. We're not selling it. You want it, you're going to pay $25 an ounce or whatever. And even in that case, you know what? When you see that, you'll already see the disconnect from the market. You better go ahead and get some at 25, even though the paper price is 10. At the same time, I'll be calling my coin dealer. I'll be looking on eBay. I'll be looking on Craigslist to see, is there someone out there willing to sell for a few dollars over spot? And spot being $10, I'll be urgently calling that. How much do you got? I'll buy all of it. That kind of thing. Well, unless they got more than I can afford, but that kind of response. So my video here right now is to tell you to be alert and be on standby. It's probably not going to be this week, but again, the 15th is Saturday, this coming Saturday. That next week, that Webbot is saying start paying attention. We may see some some stuff going on here in the markets that are going to tank them. But again, it could push the price of silver up because it's the last thing of safe haven. That's it. Everyone's had enough. Even the big guys who have been purposely staying away from gold and silver, they want to play with the market, the regular stocks. Then they realize that game's over. We can't let our people's money sit here and go kaput. Let's put it into gold and silver. And they may do that, and thus just an explosion in gold and silver. But if it does go down, if you're thinking about right now doing a huge purchase and saying that's all the money I've got, I would tell you maybe do half of what you want and then watch the silver and gold markets like a hawk, specifically probably next week. Not this coming week, 5 days coming, the one after that. And so in other words, 15th, 16th, the 17th, which is a Monday of October, watch that like a hawk and see what gold and silver does. If you see the markets just getting brutally smashed, just incredible downs on all kinds of stuff, in silver and gold, even if they're not skyrocketing, are kind of holding their own or they're barely down, that kind of thing, you may want to go ahead and pull the trigger at that point and then buy the rest of your order. I say that because if it does go way down with the markets, then go ahead and pull that trigger also and get it at the lower price. Before everyone does, because if everyone else catches on before you do or makes that move happen before you do, you may get a notice saying we can't deliver from ATMEX or whoever else and we don't know how long it's going to be, therefore here's a refund on your money back. Have a nice day. But at the same time, don't wait for that to happen to go all in if you don't have any. You need to have some silver to start with. This is strictly a risk factor. The safest thing you can do is why I'm telling you this. you may find that the whole damn thing does collapse, prices go way down in gold and silver, and you said, hey, J Snip 4, I didn't take your advice, and I waited for it to crash, and it worked. And I just went all in with what I had, and I got it at, $15 an ounce or something. I'm, for one, will be very happy with you because you got some, and you got a fantastic deal on it. Good for you. But you just took a major risk in doing that. Because what if it didn't go down and then went up? Then you got in. Well, you get a lot less silver than if you would have just bought some, at $30 kind of thing. And that's why I say this advice is mainly for people who don't have any and are on standby waiting to buy some. You may want to get some now, half of what you planned, and then if the prices get pushed down hard in 2 weeks, then go ahead and put the rest in. If you want to chance it and hope that the prices come down with the market, then go for it. I'm not some financial advisor. I'm just studying this stuff, trying to make the best decision that I can, and sharing with you what I'm doing at the same time, And so far, my moves are pretty decent, I wouldn't say I've some kind of epic fail or nothing. If people have been following me for any length of time, you would see when my first buy silver videos were in 2010 that I started posting. I was buying silver in 2008, 2009. I started posting on YouTube, or Facebook first, and then YouTube, and then linked those videos to Facebook. Not that that mattered, because Facebook was an epic fail, so I just stuck with YouTube. But you'll see my old videos on gold and silver. When the price was probably around 17, 18 bucks, I did a video in either mid or, I don't know the exact date of 2008 or 2010, where I said silver to explode 1 to 2 years max. So if that was, I don't know, mid 2010, 2 years from that point would be mid 2012, which we're not there yet. But we did already see silver hit $50 in between that time. So a year later, we've hit $50 silver, less than a year later, and it was 18. So my video was correct. Having said that, when I use the term silver prices to explode, if you think $50 silver is an explosion in price, that's just a spark. That's not even an explosion. Wait till you see what happens in the near future. How soon? Months? 6 months? 3 months? What are you talking, Joe? I can't say. I don't know. There are certain fundamentals, which is basically everything economic and financial that's a gigantic Ponzi scheme on the face of the earth, is collapsing. When enough things happen, and big movements happen, like potentially with the WebBot thing, I guess, in the near future, those are the kind of things that will push the price way up. It can happen overnight. You can wake up Monday morning and see just, oh my God, what happened to silver? And the big guys behind the scenes made the decision that night to go all in while you and I are sleeping, wondering what the market's going to do. We wake up and we're completely, it's out of range now. Oh my God, I can't buy it now. It's $50 or whatever. 70 bucks silver. This is crazy. It just went up $20. So anyways, that's it. I'm going to do my other video now.